Lately, I've been thinking a lot about the kind of life I actually want. And I've realized something surprising. I don't want a bigger life anymore. I don't want a busier life. I don't want more things to do, more places to be, or more pressure to keep up. I want a gentler life, a life that feels slower, a life with more presence and less pressure, more peace and less proving. For so many years, I thought success meant constantly pushing forward, being productive, being busy, always striving for the next thing. But somewhere along the way, I became tired of rushing, tired of feeling like life was always happening somewhere in the future. Because the truth is, life is happening now. It's happening in mornings like these, in quiet walks through beautiful streets, in the warmth of the sun on your skin, in simple moments that ask nothing from us except to be present. And maybe that's what I'm learning, that a beautiful life doesn't have to be an extraordinary one. Sometimes it can be a very ordinary day that feels peaceful enough to remember forever. There is something about this place that always makes me slow down. Maybe it's the flowers hanging from every wall. Maybe it's the quiet little streets. Or maybe it's because this town reminds me of a different version of myself. A younger version. A version that was still figuring life out. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about returning to places we've loved. They remind us of who we've been. And they show us how much we've changed. These days, I find myself wanting different things. I no longer dream of a life that looks impressive from the outside. I dream of a life that feels beautiful on the inside. A life where I don't wake up already exhausted. A life where I have time to think, time to rest, time to enjoy my coffee without checking the clock, time to notice the flowers. Because honestly, what is the point of creating a successful life if we're too busy to actually live it? I think we're all carrying around an invisible kind of tiredness, not just physical tiredness, but the tiredness that comes from constantly doing, constantly thinking, constantly trying to become more. And sometimes I wonder, what if we already have enough? What if we don't need to add more to our lives? What if we need less? Less noise, less comparison, less pressure, more breathing room, more quiet mornings, more time with the people we love. The older I get, the more I realize that peace is incredibly valuable. To wake up and not feel rushed, to go to bed without feeling depleted, to have a life that leaves space for joy. That kind of life feels like luxury to me now. As I walk through these streets, I keep coming back to the same thought. Life moves so quickly. Children grow up, seasons change, years pass before we even realize it. And that's exactly why I want a gentler life, because I don't want to rush through the things that matter most. I don't want to be so busy building a life that I forget to live it. I want to remember these walks, these conversations, these ordinary afternoons that somehow become precious memories. I want a life with enough space to notice it all, to be present, to be grateful, to simply be here. Because maybe success isn't about having more. Maybe success is having enough time to enjoy what you already have. Today reminded me of something important. A gentle life doesn't happen by accident. We create it, little by little, choice by choice, by saying no to things that drain us, by protecting our peace, by making room for rest, by choosing presence over pressure. And maybe that's the kind of success I'm looking for now. Not a life that impresses other people, but a life that feels soft, safe, peaceful, and beautiful from the inside. A life where I can breathe. A life where I have time to love, time to rest, time to enjoy days like this. And if I'm learning anything lately, it's this. Creating a gentler life is its own kind of success. And honestly, I can't think of anything more beautiful than that.